Hello everyone, Carla here. This is my second part. To restraints and torture devices. Please remember I'm still learning how to do all this, so please bear with me. Alright, let's get to it. First we have the iron flail whip. Used as a weapon to disarm an opponent in battle, or even worse, the iron whip was used as a form of punishment and had many variations. Sometimes featuring spiked balls or sharpened bits of metal that would cut the victim. Damn, and I thought mom's belt was bad, but that was nothing. The pain from being beat with this would be unbearable. And nothing could be done about it, as you all know you would be restrained. Drawn and quartered manacles were the way to go. This is one of the most grotesque forms of execution a prisoner could be subject to in medieval Europe. This device would do exactly what it says: it quarters you. This form of execution was usually reserved for the most heinous of medieval crimes, treason. Shackles were attached to the hands and feet of the prisoner, and ropes were tied to the shackles that were then attached to 4 horses. On the signal from the executioner, the horses pulled in opposite directions until the condemned prisoner was torn apart, each limb being ripped from the body. This was a terrible way to go. Burning at the stake. Manacles were used to affix a prisoner to the stake when carrying out any execution by burning. Burning at the stake is often associated with Christian martyrs. During the Reformation, which is the act of changing religious, political, or societal institutions for the better, or other religious criminals, known as heretics, such as Joan of Arc, who was burned at the stake in 1431. Breast ripper, I don't even want to think about this being used on someone. I could not imagine going through this. Wow! Devices were designed with the female anatomy specifically in mind, such as with the breast ripper. This device came in many shapes and forms. The talons of these gruesome devices were heated before use, and I should not have to explain how they were used, judging by the name. Beheading axe. The beheading axe was a highly popular form of public execution in Europe, perhaps most famous for its use on nobility, particularly wives of England's King Henry VIII. Beheading by axe was considered a swift and painless form of death as long as the executioner had a good aim. Cat o' nine tails, traditionally used in military punishments in Great Britain. Cat o' nine tails were used in corporal punishment too, and forced prison discipline in the United States. The last known use of flogging as corporal punishment in the United States was in Delaware. In 1952, the piece show here was used in Sing Sing prison. I am sure most of you know what a guillotine is. This apparatus is designed for efficiently carrying out execution by beheading the condemned person. They secured with a pillory at the bottom of the frame, with the neck directly below the blade. The blade is released swiftly and forcefully, decapitating the victim with a single clean pass, and the head falls in the basket below. The design of the guillotine was intended to make capital punishment more reliable and less painful than the old-fashioned way of just using axe. The dunking chair. While most of these gruesome methods were left behind by those seeking an enlightened life in the New World, one old world punishment that did carry over was ordeal by water in the form of a dunking stool, often used for women. Offenders were submerged in water while tied to a stool or a chair as a form of punishment.